What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. It was the only way to start today's show, really, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Take it to the max, people, you know. What a goal. The way he sat down that defender. I had people telling me, oh, it's a tap-in, it's an open goal. Really? You see the way that defender was sliding out of the picture like Cool Runnings, people? Are you mad? Big boy goal. You know what I mean? But big up to everyone. Hey, I tell you what, man, I'm starting to feel a little bit different. I can't lie. I'm starting to feel a little bit different. You know, I'm hoping we can change this picture in the background at the end of this season, because who would have thought that would be the last time that we would lift a Premier League title? So let's make sure that we're lifting the title in a couple of weeks' time. That was an unbelievable Saturday evening from about the 88th minute. Before that, I was fuming. But man, what a way to beat Everton, and then West Ham go and draw with Man City. And Mavropanos, former Arsenal player. You just couldn't write it, could you? You could not write it. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. There is going to be no press conference for tomorrow's game, because Champions League press conference is usually a little bit later on in the day. So we may do another show tomorrow. But wow, that was incredible. Huge credit to the manager. You know, I said it on Forever that came out. Yeah, Ryan did me dirty, man. I don't know how many times he wants to edit these images and have me apologising to Arteta, but it is what it is. I'm shameless. I can handle it, you know. I don't mind. As long as we win the league, it's all good, you know. But Arteta rolled the dice, man. You know what I'm saying? He needed to roll the dice. How many times have we said, Mikel, throw the kitchen sink at winning this game? And he threw the kitchen sink this time. You know what I mean? He threw the kitchen sink. And it definitely worked, man. It definitely worked. Took off Zubamendi, brought on Max, brought on Nkapie, who got the assist, brought on Gyökeres, who got the winning goal. That's actually the winning goal, but obviously it was the Max Dowman show because he lit the whole game up. So big up to the manager as well. A lot of you talking about this bomber. I have got it prepared, but it's not that big news. The headline makes it seem bigger than what it is. So I will talk about it. It's regarding Chelsea. I don't really want to talk about it for long, but we'll just bring the story up quickly. This came out a few minutes ago. Breaking news: Chelsea have been handed a suspended one-year ban from signing first-team players and a nine-month ban from registering academy players, and they've been given a £10 million fine from the Premier League relating to breaches of financial rules during Roman Abramovich's time as owner. The key word here, people, is suspended. Suspended means they can still buy players. It just means if they commit another offence during that 1 year period, that 1 year ban will be activated. It's like Harry Maguire. He was given a jail sentence for what happened when he was on holiday in Greece, but it's a suspended sentence. So Chelsea are not banned from signing players. They have just, it's basically you're on like a final warning, and they have been fined £10 million. From what I've read in this, by the way, is that Chelsea sort of handed over the paperwork. So they basically just admitted all their wrongdoings to get a lesser sentence. So it's probably worked out well for them. Do you know what I mean? Because suspended sentence is nothing. Yeah, that's what suspended means, bro. Suspended 1 year ban. So obviously during the Roman Abramovich time, they've done a lot of dirty things. There's rumours that they've paid off parents to get players, academy players to join them, and obviously a lot. Now, obviously, what most people are saying is, well, where's the Man City one? How come the Manchester City one? But I think what people have to understand is Manchester City are denying everything. So you go through these big court cases and you deny it, the case will be pushed back and pushed back. You might not get anything on that Man City case for years because it will keep getting pushed back by the lawyers. The thing that I always find interesting, because it's a bit of a nothing story really, but I look at it like this, right? For people years ago will know about a sprinter called Ben Johnson, right? He won a title. They found out he'd taken drugs. They took the title off him. So I sometimes look at it and think, if you've cheated and you've won a major trophy, should that title not be stripped from you? Now, I don't know if you'd ever want to win something like that. Imagine like Man City losing a title and when we finish second and then we're handed it, it's a bit like, well, we didn't genuinely win it. But at the same time, do they deserve to win it? A fine and a ban. What does that, what do they care? Imagine if that's the year they won the Champions League, or the year they won the Club World Cup, or the year they won a league title. Chelsea will be sitting in their office today going, yeah, light work, mate. 10 million and a suspended ban. Come on, man. Crazy work. But yeah, it's not really big news, you know. Of course it should. Ben Johnson was in an era where everyone was cheating, yeah, but obviously now they can't get away with it. They should get sued for lost income and other opportunities, because you got to think, bro. Imagine you play for Arsenal or you play for the team that came runner-up. You might have a £1 million bonus in your contract. If you win the Champions League, you get £1 million. They've cheated, won the Champions League. They've denied you and your teammates millions of pounds. Managers might have got sacked for failing to qualify for a tournament or winning a tournament. It's crazy, isn't it? No, this ain't new merch. I've had this for a while, but to be fair, I haven't been wearing t-shirts much because it's been cold. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll save that for a different convo. Big up Lawrence, who said Arteta's best managerial performance other than Real Madrid. I haven't really thought about it like that, but I suppose I think the substitutions, he got them bang on. The only one that I was a bit like, I'm not sure, was taking Nani off instead of Saka, but in the end we win the game. And what I liked is he moved Saka to the 10 and put Max on the right, which is where he did all his damage. So he got it bang on. The question that I've put in the title as well, which we'll discuss later, by the way, is should Max Dowman start the game tomorrow? That's the next conversation. You know, he's played that good. I read a little bit of Arteta's press conference post Everton. He was kind of downplaying it, so, like, as you know, calm down a little bit. He's still only 16. Nah, I've had this T-shirt for time, bro. I got this months ago. I haven't even been to the Armory today, so because we did Forever online last night, so I haven't been to the Emirates today. I think he'll be on the bench. I don't think he'll start. Sebedy said, does Max or Ethan have a higher ceiling? Does it matter? I think at 16, Max is ahead of him. You know, I spoke to people at Arsenal in the summer and they said he's one of the best they've ever seen in terms of youth level. You don't always see that development. Remember, Eddie Nketiah was the goal, he had the goal record in the academy. So you would have thought coming out of the academy, Eddie Nketiah is going to be a superstar. It doesn't always work like that. Under 23 football is a lot different to first team football. But the thing is, it's all about development. I'm excited about Max. The problem you've got, and the reason I'm not going crazy, is because you have to have a pathway into the first team. And that can be the problem. The two positions that he plays, there's so much traffic in front of him. Does it stunt his development moving forward? Plays on the right, you've got Saka, 300 grand, and you've got Nani, who's just cost 50 million on a 5-year deal. Apparently he's a natural 10, but you've got Odegaard, who's the captain. You've got Eze, who's just been signed, and you've got Havertz, who on 275 grand a week. You look at Ethan, last season we were all going, yo, Ethan's going to blow up. You know, scored against City, scored in the Champions League. It's his time. A year later, he's on loan at Marseille, sitting on the bench. Lewis Skelly, people were going, this is the best young left-back we've had for years. A year later, he's the third choice left-back. So, listen, sometimes you're that good, there's nothing they can do to stop you. Right? You know, you come out the traps and anyone who's in your way, they have to move. You're that good. For all we know, he might move Saka out the way. He might say, bro, I'm that good. You're going to have to play in the 10. Or, you know, who knows? It's all dependent on what happens with him moving forward. Yeah, Cesc was that good. You know, you couldn't take him out the team. It's how he's developed and how he's used moving forward. You know, but for me, it feels like he's that good. He's going to have to be involved. But Who knows? Let's see. First ever game in 23 years versus Everton on my way to the Armoury. Yo, big up. Enjoy the Armoury, man. Do you know what? To be honest, I'm waiting for the cup final. After the cup final, there's a 2-week international break. So if we win the Carabao Cup, I might start swiping the card and tapping the card. You know what I mean? English Jamal, yeah, I'm not at that point yet. Those sort of that sort of praise has to be earned. You know, Jamal scored in Euros semi-finals against France and Champions League semi-finals, things like that. Yeah, Cesc against Milan. Yeah, that goal from long range. Cesc to me is. I have to always be careful because if you go a bit too crazy with the praise and they clip you up. I think I did my all-time Arsenal 11 a couple of was it last year transfer win? Basically, anyway, I put Vieira and Cesc Fabregas centre mid. A lot of people were arguing, saying it should have been Petit or Gilberto. For me, my age group, who I've watched consistently, Cesc is the second best centre midfielder that I've ever seen at Arsenal after Patrick Vieira. I think he's better than Petit and better than Gilberto. But because he didn't win major trophies at Arsenal, some people don't agree with that. They go with Petit, which I understand. But I think Cesc is one of the best centre midfielders in Premier League history. I would go as far as that. I think he's phenomenal. Gilberto and Vieira, like, yeah, you can talk about the collective partnership of the two of them. I think if you said Gilberto against Fabregas as an individual player, I don't think Gilberto can talk to him. I think Cesc is on a different planet to him, to be honest. I think a lot of Arsenal fans don't want to praise him because he went to Chelsea. But the reality is he's generational. You know what I mean? He bossed Patrick Vieira at what, 16, 17 years of age at Highbury. It's phenomenal. Cazorla is, talent-wise, he's up there as the most talented we've seen. He takes corners and free kicks with both feet. He's phenomenal. He just didn't have the career at Arsenal that he should have had. The injuries got the better of it. Nah, not Jack. Jack could have been phenomenal. The Barcelona performance was incredible. He never fulfilled his potential, really, over a long period of time. Elton said, we all know the future of Max in the hands of Lego Head. If he loses the ball frequently as Ethan, he will end up the same way. Yeah, maybe he does end up on loan. Who knows? Hopefully not. David said, Wenger's worst decision not bringing back Cesc. Yeah, that is what you call stubborn man syndrome. Oh, he left when I needed him, so now I won't bring him back. It's football, bro. Barca were the best team in the world. He's a Barcelona boy. Wenger should have understood why Cesc went back to Barcelona, and he needed to take accountability for Arsenal and go, we're not as good as we used to be. So, of course, these guys are going to go to Barcelona. He should have said, Cesc, come back. And we could have had a whole different period of football there. Imagine putting Cesc into a team with Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil. If you'd have got a good defensive midfielder, we would have been bopping teams off the pitch. He was too stubborn. Oh, he left. He went to Barcelona. He done me dirty when I needed him, so I'm not going to buy him. Man went to Chelsea and won the title. Come on, man. Bro, yo, Lawrence, I promise you, and I know I'm shameless and I take things personally, right? But as a football manager, it is business, bro. These guys are not your children. They're not your family. He should have put his own personal feelings aside and said, my job is to do the best for the club. Turning down Fabregas was a shambolic decision by Arsene Wenger. I don't care what anybody says. It was a joke. Yeah, he actually said in the interview that he did on the BBC that he was packing his bags to come back to Arsenal. His agent called Wenger. He said, no. He's like, what do you mean no? He's like, no, I don't want him. All right, I'll go to Chelsea then and lob your goalkeeper at the bridge. Stupid decision. Wenger gained too much power and control, so he was making stupid decisions, emotional decisions. That was the problem, you know? But I don't want to disrespect Wenger. I love Wenger. You know, I love Wenger. He's a legend. But yeah, you know, it was frustrating. Love the way Max celebrated with victory. Also seemed to have a connection with Eze. Yeah, I saw Eze his interview. He was huge praise for him. I think they said Declan Rice is sort of the one that's taken him under his wing a little bit. on the training ground. But yeah, Eze was very complimentary. Do you know what I love, by the way? Have you guys seen the picture? Why was Max Dowman like basically choke slamming Victor Gyökeres on the goal celebration? The guy looked like he was gonna choke him out. Like, yo, let the man breathe, man. He scored a. Do you know what? I thought Lawrence had got hold of Gyökeres, the way how frustrated he's been with him this season at times. The brother, let the man breathe. Maybe Max is a Cesc fan. Bro, why are you grabbing the man like that? Man said, brother, wake up. Wake up. Gyökeres was like, yo, man, what's going on here? Max, let go. He went crazy, man. You know what I mean? Look at the way he's holding him there. Man couldn't breathe. I thought he was going to drop to the floor. I know we've accused him of being Brock Lesnar, but he's not actually Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Max went crazy, man. I wish we could play just highlights of the game, but, you know, the copyright business. But we're going to talk. Let's talk about the game because I do sort of want to look ahead to the Leverkusen game tomorrow. There's a quick turnaround. Obviously, the issue at the moment, for those of you just tuned in, Arsenal's training was open training this morning. It was on YouTube, and Timber was not in training, which I'm massively concerned about. I'm very, very concerned about this because I thought Mosquera played all right, but I don't feel nowhere near as comfortable when he's at right back as Timber. He's a bit shaky on the ball for me. And I'm thinking cup final, Doku, low centre of gravity, and Dye went past him a few times quite easily. Now, initially, and Dye clashes with him in the first half. Apparently kicked his ankle. Now, that's not the end of the world. You might get stuttered, get some bruising, you get some ice on it, let the bruising go down. He'd probably be all right for tomorrow. The problem is he comes off holding his groin. And he went down the tunnel. But the only good thing is he came back out of the tunnel after getting some treatment and went back on the bench. But if he's tweaked a groin, you would expect that to be at least a week or so, which would mean he misses the cup final and the Leverkusen game. If it's only the ankle, but then, like I said, he was holding his groin, could he be back tomorrow? But he wasn't seen in training today. The rest of the squad pretty much were all in training. Havertz was back in training. There's no update on Timber. The club haven't revealed anything yet. Obviously, Arteta's press conference is later today. I'm hoping that Arteta says something because what he usually says is, oh, we have another training session today, guys. So we will see. But we've already had the training session. So he can't say we have another training session. But he'll probably say, we'll see how he is tomorrow. I don't think Timber will play tomorrow. Personally, I'll be very surprised if he's recovered that quickly and he didn't train. I would like to see Ben White at right back. He links up very well with Saka. I feel he's a bit more calm on the ball. It's just Ben White, he's just come back from injury. Is he fit enough? So will he go the Mosquera route? I feel like you could get away with Mosquera at right back tomorrow, but I'm not sure about Mosquera against Man City on the Wembley pitch. Because of Doku and how sharp he is. But we'll see. Listen, maybe I've just got to put my trust in Mosquera that he can handle it. You know, I think he's obviously fully fit where maybe Ben White needs a little bit of game time. Oh, the press conference gone live now, is it? Jeez. All right, so we will have some quotes. Big up to the community. That's what you're here for. It's because I'm forgetting. Usually when we're away in the Champions League, the quotes are in the evening once they've flown after training, but because this is a home game, they're obviously doing the press conference straight after training. Odegaard wasn't in training either. That one's mysterious to me. Honestly, I know people are saying, "Oh, you're doing up conspiracy theories," but it's really strange how he basically got the knee injury, came back, played, then had a setback, and made out like, yeah, he'll be out for a little bit, but we haven't seen him for weeks. And he hardly being questioned about it in the press conference. It's almost like they're being told not to mention him. But yeah, we will see. Coyote being linked. Yeah, he has been linked. He has been linked. Right back needs looking at. See, the problem is, right, you've got Timber, White, and Mosquera as the third one who can cover. But you've now got a Ben White that can't stay fit. So for me, I think once you've got a player that can't stay fit and it's happening for 2 years or more, I think you've got to start looking at moving them on, unless it's an absolute superstar. But I think Ben White now, because every time Timber comes out, Ben White should be playing, and Ben White's not fit. Listen, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I'd had a conversation with somebody who works at the club. And the conversation that we had was Ben White, Trossard, and Jesus are the three. He didn't say for sure those three are gone, but he said those are three players that I think could be on the move in the summer. Trossard's got a year left on his deal in the summer, and I don't see them extending it. And Arsenal clearly want a new left winger. Gabriel Jesus, I think they were even looking to get rid of him earlier, but I think they've decided to keep him as a squad player and use him. And Ben White, number one, can't stay fit. Number two, I don't think he wants to stay and be backup right back. Because as we said before, Ben White could go and play for Newcastle. He could play for Everton. He could play for a decent Premier League club. So I think those are the three but I think they're open to one or two more if they get good offers. But yeah, we will see. The old Ben White is pushing to leave, right, but he can't stay fit. Yeah, exactly. It's a shame because he would be a brilliant squad player, but you're not if you're not available. Liao beefing with the manager. Get him Arteta. Do you know how many people tagged me in that yesterday? Oh, is this your boy? Is this your boy? My reply was, oh, he's only doing that so he can leave. He's only doing that so he can leave. Listen, I'm standing my ground, people. I'm standing my ground. I know you're giving me a hard time, but I've put up with worse. You called me Aubameyang's loyal. You called me Gyökeres loyal. Now they're saying, why do you want this scrubbly out? I said, listen, judge him in the right environment. He needs to be in the right environment. You don't want Allegri as your manager, bro, when you're trying to be an attacking player. He's playing the guy up front with his back to goal, trying to hold the ball up against... Nah, man. Put him on the left at Arsenal, let him cook. But he ain't coming to Arsenal. Arteta wouldn't go anywhere near him. But we'll see. I rate him. I think he's better than what we've got on the left anyway. Max was choking Vic like Oliveira. Love the passion. Don't worry if Timber can walk. Arteta will play him. You're right, Jitesh. Love from Sydney. Big up, bro. Big up. And RL321, big up to you, new member on the channel. Let's go over the Everton game briefly. I don't want to talk about it for too long, even though it was a great game. I do want to focus on the Leverkusen game, which is a massive game tomorrow. I'm just trying to get some of these quotes from Arteta. Has he just said that Timber is out? Somebody's just tagged me saying, is Timber out, people? What's he actually said here? I need these quotes. Matter of days, he says. Right, let's see let me just, you know what? Says Ben White is ready to start. These are the quotes. Let me come back to the quotes just while I've got them on the screen. Apparently, these are the headlines of the press conference. But he said, Trossard is now available for Leverkusen. Timber and Odegaard are out of tomorrow's game. Odegaard will be in contention for the cup final, and he's really pushing. Timber's absence is a matter of days, and he says Ben White is ready to start and in a much better place. So, by the looks of it, what we're hearing, Timber Odegaard will miss the game tomorrow night. I mean, Odegaard's been out for a while. Odegaard wouldn't be starting anyway, if we're being real. I thought Eze was solid. But Timber is a big loss for the game tomorrow. So, he says Ben White is fit. Will he go with Ben White or Mosquera? It might sound a bit harsh, but I would go with Ben White. Just because I think of it, his link up with Saka on that right-hand side. But maybe he goes Mosquera, gives Ben White minutes tomorrow at the end. The cup final, I don't know, be interesting. I want to see Timber at the cup final. Big up Matty Southern Gooner. He said, I bet he plays Ben in the final. Maybe. I like Ben White at right back. I think we have to understand as well, Ben White is a right back now. Mosquera is a centre back that can play right back. Mosquera for me. Do you know what it is though? Do you know why I would go Ben White, people? Because we need to win tomorrow. We got to win. So you're saying Mosquera's better defensively, which I get, but tomorrow night's game, we need to win that game. So I want the right back that has played right back for a long time, that has a great connection with Saka, that puts in a great delivery. That's what I would do. But anyway, we'll pick our team shortly anyway. He might play Mosquera in the final because Ben White defensively, Doku, but then Doku causes anyone problems, but his end product's not great. But right, let's go over the game. Quick player ratings. I mean, listen, we spoke about it in great detail already, but it's just been, his life must feel totally different. We all knew he was a talent, but now we know he's a talent. The world knows he's a talent. Do you know what I mean? That was his moment. It wasn't even just the goal. He changed the whole game. He nutmegs Ndai on the right-hand side. He puts the cross in that teases Pickford to come and get it. Do you know what I mean? And he can't get it. He sets up the goal. His goal is outstanding. I played it at the start of the stream. I can't play it again at the risk of copyright. But, you know, I had Ops saying, oh, it's a tap in, what you're hyping him. I said, bro, are you mad? Like, he's headed it past the first guy. The first guy's put his arm in his face. The next guy's broke his ankles, like Steph Curry crossing, you know what I mean? Dropped the guy to the floor when he could have just rolled it to Martinelli. He said, brother, I ain't passing this. It's an outstanding goal. And then the celebration as well. Just volley in the corner flag. Mad. Let's go through player ratings quickly. Remember, a win does not mean everybody played well, and a defeat does not mean everybody played bad. I don't think Max will go to the World Cup. No, I don't think he will. I think there's too much traffic in front of him. Even though a lot of that traffic isn't playing very well, I think they're so established that, you know, because Palmer's not in good form, Saka's not, Foden's not, Bellingham's injured. But I think it's too early for him, for Tuchel to pick him. Yeah, a lot of people saying, why was he training? I think people have to understand, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't go to public school. He's not walking into school this morning for double maths. Like, you know what I mean? He does his education with Arsenal, where the academy players and stuff, teachers would come to the training ground and they would, you know, do their education there. So he's not walking in a public school this morning. How was your weekend? Yeah, I just bagged against Everton. You know, it ain't quite like that. David Raya, I would give him a 7. Made a really good save at his near post, man. Really important save as well. And yeah, that's what you need him there for. That's what you need him there for. Timber. Do you know the only thing? There's two things with Timber at the moment, people, right? That, all right, we'll give Raya an 8. Community said 8, we'll go 8. I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people, you know. Timber, two things with me at the moment that I don't really like. I don't like this new inverted midfield position. I don't like that. I don't like how he's running past Saka every minute. Not his fault, it's an instruction. No right back would do that purposely, by the way. And he's starting to annoy me a little bit with his crossing, his end products, final ball. He needs to improve it. I've said at times Timber, Hakimi, up there as maybe the best two. The difference between him and Hakimi is those guys, Hakimi, Reece James, Trent, they are elite on the ball. Like, they are top draw. He needs to improve that. I am still going to give him a 7, though. Solid defensively against Ndai, who is a good player. Left back, Calafiori, again, crazy positions on the pitch. Almost up front at times, but I'm not going to blame him. It's the position he's being told to play. I don't like it. I think sometimes fullbacks operate up and down the line. All this inverting centrally, it winds me up. However, what a block. kung fu business. That block is insane, by the way. Insane block. I still would play Nkapie over him tomorrow and in the cup final, but it was an unbelievable block. The role of a fullback now is totally different. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but it's the game, innit? They're lunatics. Most of our team are lunatics. Gabriel's getting kicked in the face. You know what I mean? Calafiori's doing kung fu clearances, scorpion kick block. Oh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. 7.5. 7.5. Do you know what? Timber needs the international break, but not to go with Holland. He needs a break. He badly needs a break. 2 centre-backs. Gabriel, 7. Solid as a rock. Really good. Saliba gets an 8 for me. I thought he was actually our best player. I thought he was our best player. He had Beto in his pocket, and he's a big guy as well. He pocketed him. Class again. Absolute class. MJ's in the building. Welcome back. Instead of focusing on Man United winning games, getting top 4, Carrick probably getting the job, he's in here, guys, because we all know deep down, MJ, he loves the Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? He loves the Arsenal. He's waiting for our downfall. And remember, MJ disappeared for about 2 weeks after they lost at 10-man Newcastle. But he's here. Listen, we get it. We get it, man. You know what I mean? You're nervous. I understand. The criticism, it doesn't even affect us anymore, MJ. Spooky week for you bums getting ahead of yourselves. I mean, I get it. No midweek game. You're not in Europe. Leverkusen. Then we're in a cup final. Top of the league by 9 points. It must be horrible right now. You know what I mean? It must be a Yeah, I'm telling you. MJ's a silver member, man. He's Thomas Frank. I get it. MJ, you know what, mate? I've got plenty of Arsenal shirts. If you want to come to the parade, just tell us your size. We'll get you one. We'll get you one, man. We know deep down you had Henri posters on the wall. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Odegaard does not belong anymore. Let's move on, says Philly. I'd sell Odegaard in the summer, 100%. He'd be gone. Regardless of this injury, by the way, I'd be selling him. Nervous, my team got 13 prems. Yeah, we ain't seen one for a decade. And I'm not sure when you'll see one either. Do you know what I mean? It can get like that, bro. It can get like that. I've done it. History Channel settings. We need Darwin Núñez up top. I don't think we do. I don't think we do. Even though I was praising him the other day, because as I said, my friend used to coach at Liverpool, he's now at Everton, he said he's the best pressing striker in the league. He can't finish his dinner, mate. His size extras. Thoughts on Barcola, if you could get him for 70 mil? It'd be on my list, but not at the top of the list. If I was calling PSG, I'd be asking about 2 other wingers before I ask about Barcola. Do you know what I mean? If I'm being honest. Oh, is that Mikel Arteta? Oh, do you want to talk about Barcola? No, I actually want to talk about Kvara. I want to talk about Kvara. Oh, what about Doué? No, we can't take them. Oh, go on then. We'll take Barcola. But I'll be ringing about 2 other wingers first. Not that I think we can get Kvara, but I'd try. My history and your history is different. Keyword history. Power of now. Eckhart Tolle. Live in the present. And at the moment, we're cooking. But we need to finish the deal. I'm with you. Right, where are we? Zubimendi. Did all right first half, but I'd probably give him 6.5. The game improved when he came off. Let's be real. No disrespect. I think Zubimendi's finishing the season quietly. I don't know if he's running out of steam a little bit. He's played more minutes than any other Arsenal. No, they said he's covered more ground than any midfielder in the league. Yeah, 6. 6 out of 10. Declan Rice, I'd give a 7. Still don't love him in the 8 role. I stand by it. Does he affect the game enough in an attacking sense? Not really for me. When I look at number 8s, I think when you're on the ball, people should stop panicking. I don't think Rice makes defenders panic when he's got the ball. His best quality is I'm going to run you down. I'm going to tackle. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put in a great corner. He's an engine. But listen, he is what he is. The reality is, if Arsenal win the league, Declan Rice is going to win Player of the Year. I can see it. I think he'll win PFA Player of the Year. Because he's just the most popular. Everybody, it's Rice. Listen, I love what he does, by the way. He's priceless in our team. You can't take him out of the team. I just think we're maybe slightly misprofiling him. Do you know what I mean? I think Arsenal should be buying an absolute top quality number 8 and putting Rice into the 6. And I think you're good to go. And then Zubi has to fight for his place. I like Zubi, but certain games don't suit him. But he was okay, 6 out of 10. Rice gets a 7. And I won't do a 6-7 dance because, too old for that. Bukayo Saka. Be kind, Curtis. You won the game. Max Dowman changed the game. But no, you've got to be honest. It's information and entertainment. 300 grand a week. That wasn't acceptable. 5 out of 10. Didn't do much. Should have probably got dragged off. Keep it moving. Anyone got anything to say on Saka? Because people have a go at me when I say stuff about Saka. People get really agitated when I mention Saka. 5 out of 10. I think I'm being kind. What did he really do in the game? I can't remember him having a chance. I can't remember him creating a chance. I could have easily said 4, but 5. I give him a 5. Look at you guys giving him 3s and 2s and 4s. Just keep it moving. Yeah, we'll keep it moving. I ain't here to destroy the guy. MJ, here we go. No lies here. I can't sleep. I hate you, man. We love it, MJ, man. Don't worry. Parade's there, man. We got you, man. Just blend in with the crowd. You'll be good. Big up, man. We got over 2,000 in here, man. Only 300 likes. Come on, people. It's Max Dowman Monday, man. What we doing? Should be at least 1,000 likes already. Just quickly tap it and go about your business. Noni Madwakey. See, the thing is, right, Noni wasn't great on the left. He went on the right for about 10 minutes. He was twisting people up. So straight away, I was like, yo, you can see what's happening here when he's on the right. I'll give him a 6 because it's not his fault. He's not a left winger. He shouldn't have played there. And he was unlucky to be taken off, to be honest. However, because you put Max on the right and he did a madness, we'll take it. I'll give him a 6. But I think we've still got a problem on the left-hand side. That's the issue. Eze, listen, I thought Eze carried our attack in the second half. He had the left foot shot that went just wide. He had the right foot shot that Pickford saved. He played the through ball to Havertz. And what I'm liking about Eze, he's starting to work harder. If you notice before, Arteta would drag him after 60, 70 minutes every game, get him off. He's not working hard enough, backs against the wall, get him off. He's trusting him now for 90 minutes. I'm giving him 7.5. I liked what he was doing in the game. He wasn't amazing. He got caught on the ball once in the second half. I was going mad. I couldn't believe it. But he's working. He's starting to understand what Mikel Arteta's system requires. That's the progression that we need. I think Eze, by next season, will nail that spot in the team. It might have taken him the whole season to figure out what needs to happen. But he's getting there. Havertz, man. I can't remember him having a shot. Did he have a shot? He should have got a penalty. I don't think he played that well. I'm going to give him a 5. People, let me know. Is there things in the game I missed? I just don't think he did much. He wasn't that effective. Everton had a solid back 4. We didn't really create a chance for him. He drifted wide. He dropped deep. I don't think Havertz up front is the answer, to be honest. I think he looked better when he played in support of the striker when Gyökeres was up top. But he obviously wanted to rotate Gyökeres. But I have to say, and again, I don't want people to think I'm going overboard here. This is an opinion that I've had for a long time. I would sell Havertz in the summer, 100%. I know a lot of people say, he's a good squad player. He can play up front, he can play in the 10. Not for me. Not for me. He costs too much money. He's on too much wages, and he's had 2 major injuries. For me, I would get rid of him in the summer. The thing that concerns me is that they reckon he's going to get a contract extension. And did anybody see how Arteta was hugging him after the Max Dowman goal, it was like it was like a father hugging his child. Philly said Saka was near invisible. Maybe he's trying to put people off, turn into a ghost. And Eze did not have the physical card to play Lego ball. Exactly, what I mean? He's probably had to go to the gym. Boy, I've got to do 10 kilometers a game to play for this guy. LMS said the Emirates was scenes after Dowman's goal. It's one of them games. I went to watch Arsenal against Everton last season. 0-0. Sean Dyche, 0-0. This season, you're giving the Max Dowman show, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing? No, listen, I'm happy for everyone who was at that game, man. You experienced a moment. It felt like a moment even watching it on TV, to be honest. I was rewinding the goal and everything. I think every Arsenal fan felt the same feeling seeing those two goals going. The crazy thing about that game is that Gyökeres scored the winning goal. Gyökeres scored the winner, but we're just going Max Dowman, bro. You know what I mean? Max Dowman. People saying, is there breaking news? Oh, Chelsea. Chelsea related. Is that the same? Oh, Reece James. Has he got injured again? Didn't they just give him a 5-year contract? Oh, I just said he missed training. People saying it could be a hamstring injury. Listen. Oh, yeah, he has. Chelsea captain Reece James has sustained a hamstring injury, which could keep him out for several weeks. Do you know what, people? Honestly, yeah, that's not good news for Arsenal because remember, Manchester City's next league game is Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. You'd rather Reece James was playing. I don't know why they gave him a 5-year deal. There's no way I would have given him that. He's too injury prone. They should have given him a 2 or 3-year deal. Yeah, the transfer ban, we did speak about that earlier, people, but it's suspended, so it doesn't count, really. They're not actually banned from buying players. They've got a 1-year suspended sentence, if you like. So just means if they do something in the next year, that ban will come into play. Wow, 6-year deal, was it? That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, they play after the international break. That's a great point. So effectively, he's got 3 weeks to recover for that game. So yeah, hopefully he'll be back. Right, let's go to the subs. Mosquera makes me nervous. Everybody loves Mosquera, and I do as well, but he makes me nervous on the ball, man. I'm telling you. He's got them long, dangly legs. I feel like he's going to fall over. But I don't know. He's good. He's good. I prefer him at centre-back. Right back, I don't know. I'm not fully there with... Everyone's got faith in him at right back. He makes me nervous. There was a time and I drifted past him and I saw how the big legs trying to turn. I thought, But he did well. Let's give him 7. Let's give him a 7. He was solid. He was solid. He was bombing on, getting in the area. I'm like, relax, man. Get back. I like his personality still. He's wild. Another one. He's another one. I'm telling you now, though. Piero... No, what I give Mosquera? 7. Piero Hincapié, no, 6.5. He's crazy. He's crazy. He makes me nervous, so give him 6.5. Hincapié might be one of my favourite Arsenal players of the season. Genuinely. I don't know what's happened. Arteta has made me like defenders. Growing up, I always respected defenders, but I was never like... Even when we had Ashley Cole and that, I was like, oh, baller still, but... You know what I mean? They weren't my favourites. It was like, yo, you're a beast, but let's talk about Henri Bergkamp Pirates. Hincapié. How can you not love that guy as a player? He's an absolute animal. He might be the best signing we've made. I mean, he's not, but he kind of is as well. He's just 8 out of 10. What 8 out of 10? He came on later than Mosquera. 8 out of 10. I said what I said. Look at Lay. Lay always... See, Lay, this is what... Lay always wants to apply more pressure. I'm in a good mood. I'm praising the players. I gave Arteta some praise. He said, say it, Curtis. You're starting to like Arteta. I'll say it. Listen, I've said time and time again, yeah, I'm a reflection of what I see. Things are going well. Arteta's leading it. I'm liking what Arteta's doing. You've got to finish the job. This is what I always say. It's like someone decorating your house. You go, yo, that wall looks good, man. The paint, it's a nice colour. You come back 3 days later and he hasn't finished. There's gaps all over it. Arteta's doing a good job. I think, honestly, they want me to walk through the streets of London with a sign up, just apologising to Arteta if we win the league. I got Ryan on Forever Arsenal every week, putting up a new edited picture of me apologising to Arteta. Do you know what? I'm prepared to take it, people. I'm prepared to take all the slander, all of it. Yeah, I'm here for it. If we win the league, he becomes a hero in my eyes because I'll get to take my kids to the parade. It'll be unbelievable. So, yeah, I'm starting to like what Arteta's doing, 100%. Finish the job, though, fella. Maestro Max coming out to party, said Philly. He ain't even old enough to party. You know them ones? He can't drive, he can't drink, he can't vote, but he can score the winning goal against Everton. Havertz helps us create chances. The problem is he's never in the box to finish those very chances, said Alexander. I hear you. Unreasonable, underperforming, overpaid, and blocking Max's progress. Aye, aye, aye. I kept it moving on Saka. You've just savaged him. It's interesting. Nick said Arteta ball is causing our injury problems. Maybe. But again, if we get over the line. This could be one of them, Nick, where we win the league, but a couple of players are battered and all over the place. It might come at a cost. There might be a couple hamstrings, couple kneecaps, couple ankles hanging up on the wall at the end of the season. Some would say it's a fair price for a title. I know that, listen, I know that sounds brutal, by the way, because it shouldn't come at that price. You know, it doesn't have to come at that price. But I think the way we play with the intensity levels, you're going to have a couple hamstrings hanging on the wall looking like barbecue spare ribs. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. He handicaps the opposition. Yeah, he's a beast. How Berta got that guy on loan is just phenomenal. Hi, Max. Do you want picking up in the morning? Bro, he's probably getting a lift off one of the players. Arteta's selling hammies for the title. Oh, guys. 2 hamstrings and a kneecap for the title, he said. Deal. I'll do it. Whose do you want? Yeah. Couple knees, couple... All right, I'll chuck you an ankle in for free as well. You know what I mean? Put it in the bag. He's a butcher. Gabriel Martinelli. What did Martinelli did all right. Do you know what I like about Martinelli? You know when Max was about to tap it into the empty net? I'm sure a lot of you seen it, but he runs across the defender and blocks him just to make sure that he can't catch him. So I like that. 7 out of 10 Martinelli. Martinelli off the bench seems a different player to Martinelli starting. But that's where we are. Victor Gyökeres, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I said it. 9 out of 10. It was only a tapping from 3 yards. 9 out of 10. Listen, Max nearly choked him out. You know what I mean? Max nearly put him out for the season with that chokehold. Do you know what's funny, right? Gyökeres came on. He didn't touch the ball much. Then he gave the ball away, right? And I was like, what's he doing? I was having a meltdown when he gave it away in the corner. Oh, my days. Sign Alvarez. He can't even pass 5 yards. 2 minutes later, Gyökeres. Oh, my striker. My striker. You know what I mean? Football, it's a fickle game, people. It's a fickle game. Listen, he did 2 things in that game, right? He did what we have needed somebody to do for the last 3 title challenges. In a big game, be 6 yards out, tapping the ball in. Because I remember when we played West Ham that time, 21 shots and got beat. We all remember the Aston Villa game as well. We haven't had a player to just tap the ball in from 6 yards in the 89th minute. It's a simple goal. It's an open goal. It's the timing and the positioning. So what he did is what we bought him for. He scored the winning goal. He's the hero. He should have the headlines. But Mad Max came and snatched it off him. And the clearance, people. They've got a corner with 10 seconds to go. I'm a nervous wreck. I'm hanging on to the chair. Who wins the header at the near post to clear it? Victor Gyökeres. And then Martinelli flicks it on, and then Max goes crazy. So you cannot forget those moments. Huge moments. 9 out of 10, bro. 9 out of 10. And Max Dowman, I mean, it's a 10. We don't do 10s often, but it's a 10. He's 16. He still hasn't done his GCSEs. He tried to strangle Gyökeres. Maybe he was waking him up like, fix up, man. You know what I mean? But it wasn't just the goal, people. It was the performance, man. And Dye got nutmegged. He's dropping defenders to the floor. He put the cross in. He scored the goal. The celebration. The belief in himself at that age. He's not just some little shy 16-year-old who thinks I'm lucky to be here. He's playing with a swagger like, I'm the best player. Give me the ball. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. What was we doing at 16 years of age? This guy's bossing it in the Prem. Don't hold him back either. Let him go. Let him cook. Let him play. Fabregas at 16 was doing it. Let this guy play as a superstar if you develop him right. Big up Normski in the chat. Will the real star boy stand up? This guy could be on something special for our future, unless Arteta coaches the natural flair out of him. Well, this is what I said earlier on in the stream, Norms, is that, like, I've seen a lot of people saying Max is a superstar, right? Cool. I've got no problem with that. Like, when you've got that level of talent, that is superstar talent. But talent needs to be harnessed in the right way. Talent needs game time. Now, my question, if I could ask Arteta a question, not that I'd get an answer, but it's the two positions he plays are the two positions that Ethan Nwaneri hasn't been able to get a kick in. Now, I'm not saying, some people say, but Max has got more talent than Ethan, or maybe it's a similar level, I don't know. But with Saka and Noni being on the right, and Eze, Odegaard and Havertz playing in the 10, is he going to get enough game time to develop to become the superstar? Lamine Yamal, since 16, has been starting for Barcelona and Spain. That's why Lamine Yamal, 2 years later, 2.5 years later, we're going, he's one of the best players in the world. Because he's played so much football that talent has been harnessed and he's unstoppable now. Is Max going to play enough football in the two positions that he plays in the Arsenal team? And that's the difference. That's the difference. Look where Lewis Skelly was a year ago. I'm not saying Lewis Skelly is better than Max. I'm saying a year ago, he's starting at the Bernabeu and Real Madrid are being linked with him. A year later, he's the third choice left back and they're talking about Everton on loan. So Lewis Skelly, realistically, at the end of last season, could have signed for Real Madrid. And at the beginning of next season, he could be going to Everton on loan. That is how quickly football can change. But if this guy does his thing, you've got to move people out of the way. I'm sorry, that's where I'm at with it. If he can play anywhere near that level, you've got to move people out of his way. You've got to say, listen, Odegaard, bro, it's time. Yeah, you got to move on because this guy's development can't be stopped. Kai Havertz, you've got to go. You know what I mean? And so on. Saka, you might have to learn to play in the 10. It's that brutal. If this kid is that good, people are going to have to move out of the way. Do you know what I mean? And that's the reality. Because I don't think this is a normal young footballer. I don't think this is, he's a good young player. I don't think it is. I think if you play him and develop him right, this could be one of the best young players that have come out of Arsenal for years. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. But we'll see. We'll see. Mikel Arteta, by the way, I'm actually going to give him 10 out of 10 in player ratings. I am. Because, number one, I've got Leigh applying pressure to me in the comments. Number two, they're clipping up pictures of me every week. But you know what? I've always said, if your manager rolls the dice and you don't win, what more can he do? What more can you do? As a manager, I went for it, they didn't win. Okay, that's on the players then. You've done your thing, they didn't respond. I've been so frustrated when we've had games where he hasn't rolled the dice. Chelsea down to 10 men at the bridge. But he rolled the dice, bro. You took Zubamendi off, which I kept saying, take him off. Why are we playing with 2 sixes against Everton? You could see in the second half that Everton were faded. Look, Arteta, look, he's happy, really. Look at him. No, really. No, I thought he could have left. No, let's give him 9. Let's give him 9. You're right. Downgrade it. 10's too much. Could have took Saka off. No, I'll give him 10. I'll give him 10 for the celebration. He had his belly out and all sorts, man. The passion. I'll give him 10 for the passion. Give him 10 for the passion. And he got it right. He got it bang on. Got it absolutely bang on, man. Listen, no matter what we think, I always say this, none of it is personal. I've said it so many times on this channel. He's actually been very respectful for me on the tours. Do you know what I mean? There's 2 press conferences where he said you can, ask a question when they're trying to lock off the press conference. I've had 2 conversations with him. The security guard has said, listen, he respects your honesty. Do you know what I mean? So he knows, bro. He knows. We've got every right to be frustrated. He's saying similar things, but I'm just wording it in a different way. He actually said on the pitch, don't accept second place. Don't celebrate it. I'm probably wording it a little bit different, shall we say. But I want this guy to win the league. I want him to win the Champions League. I want him to be a hero at this club. I want us all to experience something we've been craving for a long time. Do you know what I mean? And we're close. It's hard being an Arsenal fan because people keep telling me, embrace it, enjoy it. But it's very difficult for me to enjoy it because I still have that feeling that something could go wrong. And when you let your guard down, that's when it hurts even more. I'm protecting myself. I say, all right, you beat Leverkusen, you beat Man City in the cup final. Then we'll start having conversations. Yeah, the whole quad talk, I'm not on the quad talk, to be honest. I don't see us winning the quad because I've seen teams 10 times better than this Arsenal team not win the quad. Now, the argument could be that football is in a weak situation at the moment. So maybe you can take advantage of Europe and the Premier League being a little bit on its back. Because realistically, if we're the best team in the league, we're the best team in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. It's the same teams. The Champions League, Leverkusen, Bodo Glimt, Barca or Atletico in a semi-final, and then a final's a flip of the coin. Bayern Munich, PSG, whoever. Could be Liverpool. But the quad talk, I'm not on that. For me, get back home with 2 trophies. I think we can win 2 trophies. I think that's realistic. I think you've got to clip up Man City next week in the Carabao Cup final. Then you've got to go and get that title. And then the Champions League would just be a bonus for me if you can do it. Listen, who knows? It could be historic. You don't know. Curtis, I like the burgundy T-shirt. What's the name of it? This was out months ago, bro. It's nothing. It's pretty plain. It just says Arsenal under the Adidas. This was out ages ago. It's a little, the training kit, man. I always go for the training kit. Have to have the Saka convo. It's not that we don't like him or that we are not grateful for what he did. It's just that he's not helping the team right now. This season is priorities to win the damn Premier League. I think the thing with Saka is like, there's a for and against. The for is, bro, we're trying to win trophies. You're not performing at a good enough level. So there's going to be a point Arteta's got to look at and go, should Saka be in this team? That's the short-term thought process. Long-term, there has to be a bit of give in the sense that it's his first bad season and he's had a major injury that isn't his fault. So I think, like, I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying he can't recover, because I've seen Dembele recover from the same injury. I've seen Elise recover from the same injury. But there has to be a short-term conversation and go, we've got massive, massive games coming up. He can't keep going through the motions. I can't be doing player ratings every week going, yeah, Saka 5 out of 10. There's got to be a time where that's not acceptable. And you go, you've got to be on the bench. Do you know what I mean? So, but I think they'll stick by him a little bit more. What do you think to Nwaneri playing on the left? Can he play on the left? Same thing with Max, same thing with Saka, same thing with Noni. None of them really look like they can play on the left. You know, everyone plays on the opposite wing now. Left footer on the right, right footer on the left. Even Max loved to have some WWE action. Yeah, man wanted, you know what I mean, WrestleMania. Sesko looks much better than Gyökeres with Carrick. Yeah, but it doesn't bother me, bro. Honestly, I don't get caught up in that because we know what Gyökeres is here for. The purpose is different. I'm not being disrespectful to Man United. Sesko isn't under the same level of pressure as Gyökeres. Gyökeres trying to win the league title in the Champions League. Sesko's trying to get top 4. And if you look at Sesko this season, he doesn't even start that often for Man United. He's an impact player off the bench and nicks a goal. You know, he's not starting games. Why is he not? If he's that good, why does Carrick not start him every week? He obviously thinks there's something still not there in his game. I never said Sesko was a bad player. I always said we haven't got time to bring in a development striker. And Sesko is a development striker. In a year, 18 months, Sesko might be one of the top strikers in the Prem. He's clearly talented. But we haven't got that 18 months. We need it right now. And Gyökeres brings a lot to the team, even though it's not always pretty. You know what I mean? He's a presence. He's got that level of ambition. He didn't care that Havertz was at the club. Sesko was doing interviews going, yeah, but Havertz is there, so I don't know whether I'm going to play every week. We didn't need that mentality. I needed someone that was going to kick the door down, dump his girlfriend, lose his bonus, and go on strike. That mentality alone, I said, yeah, man, that's the one you got to bring. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Who's this? Man's talking in riddles for me here. BS7, ESR10, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Lewis Skelly, Max Dowman, Balogun, Cheeto, Heaven. More. This academy is cooking. Big C, youngest debutant and youngest Premier League goal scorer, yeah? I think it's a shame with Cheeto, Obi and Heaven that we didn't get good money for them. They were still on youth contracts. Balogun's actually having a very good season in the French league, by the way, at Monaco. I think he's got about 14 goals. And he scored against PSG the other day as well. But yeah, I'll be honest, Saka has been a revelation in the academy. I know he didn't really bring all of those players through, but everything I hear about the academy, when I talk to coaches, when I'm on tour, they're saying, yo, this guy Saka, he's done a real top job of bringing these players through. Anyway, right, let's move on. I want to quickly, Leverkusen drew at the weekend with Bayern Munich, which I'm glad that they played Bayern Munich because it means they had a tough game. Total Hit said, Curtis, do you believe that we play this trash now, win the league, revert? I don't know if we revert to 22-23, but I think at the moment it's a win the league by any means necessary. I think Arteta's just got in that mindset that you're not coming to watch pretty football. You're coming to watch effective football, which I don't always like, but if it works, I'll accept it. Sometimes in the moment, I am still having meltdowns because it's not good to watch, but at the end result, I can definitely accept it. And you're right, Sesko's playing every 12 days. You know what I'm saying? They're in one competition. We're playing every 3 days. The intensity levels are much higher. So, you know, it's a lot different. Just quickly, yeah, Bayern Munich had 2 players sent off. One of them was sent off in the first half as well. Nicholas Jackson was sent off. Nicholas Jackson. And then was it Luis Diaz who got sent off? I didn't even think it was. Luis Diaz got the red card, did he? Yeah, 2 yellows. But still, they couldn't beat a team that had 10 men from the first half. What I thought was interesting is that Patrick Schick returned. That's their main striker. They obviously played the young guy up front who caused a lot of problems to Gabriel and Saliba. But Schick has returned now from injury, so I would expect him to start against Arsenal. Yeah, Jackson, do you know what it is, Unknown? Number one, he's only on loan. I don't think they're going to buy him. And he's just basically been brought in to take the Harry Kane recovery minutes. Kane's a bit tired, play Jackson. Kane needs to come off, bring on Jackson. I don't think they'll sign him. I think if Arsenal were smart, right, I think you could go to Bayern Munich and sell them Kai Havertz for that role. Because the crazy thing is, Nicholas Jackson's got a 70 million release clause in that deal. I'd go to Bayern Munich, say, listen, you can have Havertz for 35 million. Half of that is German. I think they'd do it. I think they'd do it. Harry Kane rotation minutes, 35 million. But I don't think Arsenal will sell him. Big C, sorry, missed the beginning of your stream due to work. Just wanted to give you a shout out for saying you wanted City to lose to us. I completely agree with you on momentum. 100%, bro. George, listen, I know you're a Real Madrid fan. I wanted Madrid to smash them. I'm actually glad that you didn't beat them 4-0 because 4-0 Pep might have just said, no, it's over and rest people for the weekend. But I think 3-0 keeps them interested. Do you know what I mean? Bayern would take Havertz. I think they would. I think they would. But yeah, they drew 1-1. Let's pick our team for tomorrow night. We've obviously just heard, well, you might have just tuned in, but it looks like Timber is out of the game tomorrow. Martin Odegaard is still out as well. Ben White, he says, is now fully fit, and Trossard's back in the squad. So right back. I think 9 out of 10 picks itself, right? The only issue is who plays right back, who plays left wing. That's the only thing. Everything else picks itself. That's the reality. Or some of you might say Calafiori at left back, but for me, it's Piero. The guy's a beast. Zubimendi, even though he looked a bit tired, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Some of you might even say Max Dowman or Saka, but I think Saka will play. Gyökeres up front. Again, there is an argument that Noni could play because he came on against Leverkusen and changed the game. And he had their defender on all sorts of problems, but he's gonna play Saka, isn't he? I would play Ben White. I just think the link up that he has with Saka. I like Mosquera, but he worries me on the ball. He worries me on the ball. I just don't. I'll go with Ben White. He knows the defence. He knows Saka. I would go with him. If he hasn't got 90 in him, take him off last 20 for Mosquera, but that's what I would go with. Some of you saying Calafiori because we need to attack more. I get that as well. And does that link up still exist? Because we don't see them play together much, so that's true. This is called Create Formation. It's just a website, Adam. On the left, who do we play? I mean, I'm a bit of a, I like to roll the dice. I'd go for it. So, could you play Max Dowman on the left? Let him drift inside? I don't know. Maybe you could put Eze on the left and put Max in the 10. He's going to play Martinelli, I reckon. I think he'll play Martinelli. He came on. He did all right. He's got a good record in the Champions League. I think that'll be the team. He might go Mosquera over Ben White if he's not fit. He ain't going to play Max. He ain't going to start Max Dowman. But part of me thinks he should. But I think that is the team he will pick. Maybe he goes Ben White on the bench and starts Mosquera. I think because of Martinelli's record in the Champions League, came on and was all right the other day. Trossard's only just come back, so I don't know whether he throws him straight in. I think he'll go with that. Listen, do you know the other thing that he could do to kind of shoehorn players into the team? He could play Havertz in the 10 and put Eze on the left. I wouldn't do that. But I'm just thinking from Arteta's point of view, we know he loves Havertz. But it'll be interesting. Zamir said, I love when the commentator said before Max scored the goal, oh, we witnessed history. Imagine if Max tripped over or fell over or put it wide. I remember that time when Martinelli was celebrating before he scored. But yeah, you think he'll start Nani, do you? Jesus left wing, I just don't think that'll happen. I don't think he'll do that. I think he's the left wing Jesus thing. I don't think we'll see it. Team is better with Rice, Eze, Havertz in midfield. Could you play Rice lone 6? I don't think he'll do it because not Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen, they pack the midfield. They've almost got 4 in midfield. So Rice as a lone 6 could get swarmed. I think you might need 2 against their midfield. They caused us problems in that first game. We could do with scoring early. That is for sure. But listen, people, massive game tomorrow night. Make sure you get locked in. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. I'll be live at 7. I might go live at 1:30 though, and just go through the press conference a little bit more. Although we have gone through the headlines already. But it's a massive week. Massive week. So lots to talk about. It's cup final week, people. We're at Wembley on Sunday, but I don't want to look ahead too much because I want us to get through in the Champions League. It looks as if it'll be Bodo Glimt. They won 3-0 in the first leg against Sporting Lisbon, so I'd be surprised if they come back from that. So a trip to Bodo, who I've spoken about in great detail on these streams over the years. I'm going to redirect you to Troops. He's live now. Hit him with a C Unit raid, Curtis Shaw raid, all of that good stuff. And I will be back tomorrow, people. Big up, hit the like button on the way out.